All right, how you guys doing? So I came across this video and it's talking about Oprah and Ice Cube. He's saying that Oprah is blocking him out of some secret circle in Hollywood. And I thought that you guys would want to check this out. So I need you guys to like, share, subscribe here, especially if you guys want me to go look for more dirt on Miss Oprah. Press 3 and you know I will. I love to serve you guys. I just want to say thank you all for the likes and shares and the comments. Please keep them coming. I love them. I love them. I love them. All right. So I want to know in this video, do you guys think they're telling the truth? Yes or no? Put it in the comments. I love when you guys engage with me. All right. So let's see what they're saying about
that I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. Their brand of politics, I guess.
But if you can't think for yourself, then you're not really free, are you?
No, you're not. You're not. But I've been excluded. I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah.
In a shocking turn of events, Oprah Winfrey, known for her calm and composed persona, was visibly stunned as Ice Cube unveiled a series of dark secrets that have been hidden behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. The revelation, which has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, left Winfrey momentarily lost for words, as Cube, with his characteristic bluntness, pulled back the curtain on the realities of power, manipulation, and the untold stories of the music and film industries. As the world watches, the tension between these two icons has captivated audiences, leaving many wondering what lies beneath the surface of their long-standing public personas.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Well, a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from. So, or a few of the hosts, I mean. So that's what I was told by the producers. You know, I don't know if the producers was just copping out and using some of the hosts to not have me come on and explain myself. But I've been excluded. I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded. Yeah, man.
I would think you'd be the person Oprah would want to promote. I mean, you grew up in South Central. You were successful at a young age. You have dignity. You say what you think. Like, I thought that was the goal.
Me too. You know, I don't know what it is, but, you know, several of my, I had a movie called Barbershop, you know.
Yeah, I remember.
That I wasn't invited to participate with the cast. I produced a show called Black White, and it was a very controversial show. And once again, they had the whole cast on, but I wasn't invited. And so I don't know.
On Oprah's show.
Yeah.
The controversy between Oprah Winfrey and Ice Cube stems from Ice Cube's claims that he was snubbed by Oprah and The View due to his controversial opinions. Ice Cube mentioned in an interview with Tucker Carlson that he tried to appear on The View multiple times, but was turned down because his views didn't align with the show's brand of politics. Similarly, he felt excluded from Oprah's talk show on more than one occasion, citing instances like not being invited to participate with the cast of his movie Barbershop and his show Black White.
Wait, that sounds like right-wing extremism and whataboutism.
But I've been shut out. You know, some platforms will not have me on.
Why?
They don't like that I'm, an independent thinker. I'm not part of the herd. I'm not part of the go along to get along gang, so to speak. So, I'm an outsider. And so, I'm not part of the club.
Ice Cube is shaking up the gatekeeper just by making appearances with Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, Piers Morgan. He's having an impact. He's normalizing a behavior of, hey, let me go sit down and talk with anyone and reject the programming that I can only talk with who corporate media, the Democratic Party, Democratic politicians, and social media tell me I can talk with.
Ice Cube has voiced his discontent with what he describes as an elitist club within Hollywood. He claims that his refusal to conform to industry standards and his outspoken views have led to professional roadblocks.
I'm part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their fucking club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people would be like, what? Who? Come on, man, stop playing. So ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been with me. Here and there, this and that. But it's cool, you know. I expect that. You know, I've been working with, on the big three for a long time, and you know how they've been with me with that. I done made it, plain, simple, and clear what they've been doing. The NBA been with us. Now, a lot of people might say, like, well, but Cube, you want to work with the NBA? Really, I don't give a fuck about working with the NBA. What I want them to do when I say work with us is to stop working against us. Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, they ain't fucking with us. And that's cool. We can do it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're still on the rise without these.
Ice Cube's recent statements about Hollywood's gatekeepers underscore his belief that an exclusive network of insiders is restricting real progress and success for those who don't conform to its expectations. He has expressed frustration over barriers he believes are designed to keep people like him from achieving their potential unless they adhere to the industry's unwritten rules. In response, he plans to launch the Gatekeepers podcast tour to highlight these issues publicly and reach a broader audience, especially to advocate for transparency and autonomy in creative industries.
What am I going to do to deal with these gatekeepers? Well, what I'm going to do is go on the Gatekeepers podcast tour, and I'm going to go talk to everybody, and get a chance to get my message out to the people. Be able to let people hear from me, and you might agree, you might not, but the important thing is, for me to go on these platforms, say what I feel about what I think. And, some people may get pissed off because I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm not playing. And it's gonna be a crazy summer. It's gonna be fun. Appreciate y'all. Always support the big three. Hopefully I'm doing stuff that you guys dig. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for people that's bored as in the summer with summer sports and want something cool like the big three. So here we are. Appreciate you.
While Oprah Winfrey has built a reputation as a champion for social justice and equality, she has also faced accusations regarding her treatment of certain Black artists and individuals. Oprah has also come under growing scrutiny for her treatment and compensation of Black artists involved in her projects, prompting significant questions about equity and representation within the industry.
This movie was important because it created a space and roles for a group of Black women
that
I'd like to say about this whole Taraji, I heard I was trending yesterday because people are saying that I was not supporting Taraji. Taraji will tell you herself that I've been the greatest champion of this film, championing not only the behind the scenes production, but also everything that everybody needed. So whenever I heard that there was something that people needed, I'm not in charge of the budget because that's Warner Brothers. That's the way the studio system works. And we as producers, everybody gets their salary. That's negotiated by your team. And so whenever I heard there was an issue or there was a problem with the cars or there was a problem with the food, I would step in and do whatever I could to make it right.
Henson specifically mentioned that she and other black actors, including those working on The Color Purple, received lower pay compared to their peers, leading to significant backlash against Oprah, who co-produced the film.
Well, Oprah Winfrey is hitting back at claims that she created a negative experience for the cast during the filming of The Color Purple.
Now, speculations started when one of the film's stars spoke out about being paid inadequately in Hollywood, as well as criticising production for making cast members drive themselves to set in rental cars. But the media mogul has shut all of those rumours down, saying there's no bad blood between the pair.
In these discussions, Cube addressed how his controversial decisions, like refusing the COVID-19 vaccine for a film role, demonstrated the ways in which his independence placed him at odds with the industry's go-along-to-get-along approach. By partnering with Carlson, a conservative figure, Cube challenges the conventional alliances expected in Hollywood and has been vocal about a need to rethink how media and cultural discourse are controlled by elitist networks within the entertainment world.
Do you think that it's harder to be a man in America now than it was when you were a kid?
Yes. Saying what you feel, being yourself, is what they call toxic. We shouldn't be called toxic for our instincts and for, I was born this way. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Why can't we be ourselves? We were born this way too.
So there are some groups, like if I say I'm trans, then people say, that's great, you were born that way, we affirm you.
During his interview with Carlson, Ice Cube made remarks on transgender identity that added to the backlash against him. While Cube's comments were brief, some interpreted his statements as dismissive, particularly when he likened the concept of identifying as another gender to someone wanting to be treated as a different species, like a pigeon.
So there are some groups, like if I say I'm trans, then people say, that's great, you were born that way, we affirm you. But if you say I'm just a dude with male instincts, you're not affirmed, you're attacked.
Yeah, I mean, everybody doesn't really have to affirm you. If I wake up and say, feel like a pigeon, I want everybody to treat me like a pigeon.
This analogy sparked criticism, as many felt it trivialized the experiences and identities of transgender people. Although Cube did not delve into extensive discussion on the topic, his comments were perceived by some as reinforcing stereotypes, which fueled controversy around his appearance on the show.
Some people may say, whatever, Cube, we treat you like a pigeon. But some people may choose to be like, dude, no. That's your world. I'm not part of it. And I have to be ready for that. It's a big world out there. Everybody doesn't have to adhere to me.
Oprah Winfrey has been a strong supporter of social justice movements and has actively used her platform to promote discussions around systemic discrimination, inequality, and other social issues. Following events like the police encounter of George Floyd, Oprah hosted specials addressing these issues, featuring influential voices such as Ava DuVernay and Stacey Abrams. She has also been vocal about her personal experiences and the impact of racial profiling on her loved ones.
If you got kids in college and the commencement speaker is likely to spew out woke rhetoric, encourage them to stand up and walk the hell out. That will be one of the best life lessons that you can give them before they head off into the world themselves. Play the clip.
You are the generation that is forced to depend on body cams to obtain justice. And even then, accountability, as we've seen again and again, can be so hard to come by.
Where's the accountability?
You witnessed the storming of the Capitol and the death of civility. You're acutely aware that voting rights are being gutted, women's rights are being dismantled, books are being banned, history is being rewritten.
It is funny to me that a lot of these people pushing these agendas are already filthy rich and largely unaffected by what they want the rest of us to comply with through either being forced to change or agree with. And it is so weird that the Dems seem to never be concerned about the real issues like inflation, high gas, foreign threats, and the crime.
Why do you think we're in a happiness slump in America?
Ooh, I will tell you, one of the most profound reasons, I think, is because everybody is looking at other people's social media, what they believe to be other people's lives, which is only a snapshot of other people's lives, and feeling envy about that. And one of the things that Arthur and I talk about in this book is that envy is the great destroyer.
The happiness killer.
It is the happiness killer. And so anytime you're looking at anything else with envy, you have already killed your own happiness or your ability to be happier in that moment and probably in moments to come.
In her efforts to maintain her image as a saintly figure, Oprah has openly supported gender fluidity and the importance of embracing one's true self.
You need to surround yourself with people who are going to stimulate, inspire, and lift you up, who are going to give you energy and not take energy away from you. And if you're around people who are taking energy away from you, that's an energy drain. And that is the sign from your instinct, your inner voice, your intuition to say, let them go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Many critics, including prominent figures like rapper 50 Cent, have accused Oprah of disproportionately targeting black men in her support of the hashtag #MeToo movement. For example, 50 Cent criticized her for focusing on allegations against black figures such as Michael Jackson and Russell Simmons, while seemingly overlooking similar accusations involving white men in Hollywood. This has led to claims that Oprah has not always supported black artists in a consistent manner, fueling criticism from some in the black community.
I didn't have anything against Oprah.
You just called her a bitch.
I'm going to tell you why.
You named your dog Oprah, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
That?
Okay, look.
Remember that?
No, look, every time she made a mention to hip hop culture, it was something that was wrong with it. And it was something that was on my CD that was the largest debut in hip hop album. You're looking at it and you're saying that everything that's wrong with our culture is why I'm a success.
Wow.
So when I actually got a chance to talk to her, she was like, I never thought about it like that. She's not where she's at by accident.
One of the gravest allegations against Oprah Winfrey is the accusation that she was involved in providing and preparing children for Diddy's infamous parties. Adding to these startling claims is the controversy surrounding Oprah's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa.
Why have all of the girls went missing that was at that school graduating class and nobody is talking about it? I'll tell you why. Because you guys are protected, and I don't appreciate it. I want you guys tap in, tune in, comment. If you guys know about it, talk about it, spread the word, share this. Those girls in Africa went missing. That was at Oprah's school, Oprah Winfrey. Where were these girls at? Has anybody found them? Why is there not enough coverage on this? But those 5 guys that went missing, RIP, definitely feel bad for them. That's a lot of coverage. Of course,
Founded with the noble intention of empowering underprivileged girls, the school has faced allegations of misconduct in the past, raising concerns.
Authorities found out about it, and the employee was charged with 13 counts of getting inappropriate with kids. Turns out at least 6 girls aged 13 to 15 were allegedly systematically and ritualistically targeted. Oprah went on record saying she was going to look at the situation, but after her investigation, the employee was cleared of any wrongdoing, and some allege Oprah had a hand in trying to cover it up. But these incidents continue to rock the school, including a newborn baby being found unalived at the school, which some say was for trafficking.
In an interview on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast, Monique has also confronted Oprah Winfrey about their long-standing feud. Monique accused Winfrey of betraying her by allegedly blackballing her in Hollywood after her Oscar win for Precious. She claimed that roles she was promised were given to Winfrey instead, and that Winfrey and Tyler Perry were behind this effort.
If Oprah was watching this, what would you tell her?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are. Where Oprah Winfrey and I have a problem is Oprah Winfrey called us up and she said my brother wanted to come on the show and talk about him molesting me, and he wanted to tell other parents how to look out for molesters. My brother Gerald is a charmer. So my mind thought was, because she said, do you want to come on? I said, I don't want nothing to do with that cat. I said, nigga, I know it's up to a scam.
Monique also expressed her hurt over Oprah bringing her estranged brother on the show without her consent, feeling it was a breach of trust. She emphasized the need for Black women to stand up against exploitation in the industry. Monique's candid remarks highlighted her frustration and desire for accountability from Winfrey.
But people can change. And who am I to say he hasn't changed? It might really be different. So I don't want to get in the way of that. I just don't want nothing to do with it. She said, if you don't want me to have your brother on the show, I will cancel the show. No show will happen. But I wanted to call you up to see how you felt first. When I hung up that phone, brother, I looked at my husband. I said, that is all right with me. That's a real.
She kept it because
she didn't have to call me up. She didn't have to say my brother was coming. She could have just ran with shit and let it happen. I dig her for that. Now I begin to see commercials with my brother, my mother, my father.
Adding to the bitterness is Monique's perception that Oprah, alongside other prominent figures like Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels, played a role in blackballing her in Hollywood after her Oscar win for Precious.
I got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people. What Tyler Perry showed me, Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Lionsgate. When you don't do what we ask you to do, we'll take your livelihood.
But this isn't the only difficulty that Monique is facing at the time. So while she's getting backlash because she wasn't playing the game, Monique had been betrayed by somebody that she never saw coming. This is where things shift from professional to deeply personal.
What happened?
And we began to talk about our relationships with our mothers and our fathers. And I shared my relationship with her about my mother, as she shared hers with me, which I will never repeat because she shared it with me about her mother and father. It might be something she shared with everybody, but wanted to make me feel special. I don't know. Nonetheless, it was in our moment. I shared with her that me and my mother was not talking. I shared with her we were in a really bad place. I shared with her I was hurt and, trying to figure this thing out. She never said my mother was coming on that show, because had Oprah Winfrey said, I'm going to have your mother, I would have said, shut it down. I don't need the world seeing how greedy my mother is.
Monique has consistently argued that her vocal stand against unfair treatment and underpayment in the industry led to her being ostracized and losing out on significant career opportunities. She emphasized that her outspokenness was not just for personal gain, but was part of a larger fight against systemic exploitation and discrimination in the entertainment industry.
You called her the help.
Yes.
And so I can see how that could be a little contradictory in saying, I love my sister, she's been dope, but she's been the help for all these years.
Yes.
How do you reconcile the two?
Well, I told the truth. And what happens is we're now in a society that the truth is offensive. Mm-hmm. See, I too have been the help. Mm-hmm. And the very man Whoopi Goldberg told me to get rid of, which is my husband and my manager. He said, Mama, you've got to stop being the help. Because 100 years from now, when your image is on that screen, somebody else's family benefits from that. not mine.
Thank you for staying up late with us here on The Factor Uncensored. We have a great program for you, as we do every night. Oscar-winning actress and comedian Monique is making it clear how she feels about Tyler Perry. They have been feuding for years. Monique had accused Tyler Perry and Oprah of blackballing her from Hollywood. And despite Monique apologizing to both for those claims back in February, it appears Monique still has hard feelings towards both Oprah and Tyler Perry. She went in on the icons during a recent comedy performance. Take a look.
Numerous claims and rumours have emerged surrounding Oprah Winfrey, particularly concerning her alleged support for controversial figures, which has raised eyebrows and sparked heated debates among both fans and critics.
Let's talk about what's happening with Harvey Weinstein. I know you posted on Facebook already, but you haven't kind of spoken yet publicly about what's going on.
I think that this is, I'm always trying to look for the rainbow in the cloud, whatever is the silver lining. And this is what I do know for sure. When something this major happens, when you have the fallout, 50 women coming forward, that it's a watershed moment. And what I do believe is actually happening.
Some believe she has maintained ties with individuals whose actions and beliefs have ignited significant controversy, prompting many to question her judgment and motivations.
You can't begin to love yourself or even be true to yourself unless you know who you are.
What do you think about Ice Cube's allegations on Oprah? Do you believe there's more to the story than what's been shared so far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.